So by the end of this video, you're going to know why rapid publishing matters so much. You're going to have the steps necessary to give it a try for yourself, and you're going to feel great knowing that you actually have the ability to make it through a publishing sprint, just like the one I'm describing here. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. So after publishing 200 plus books and putting them on Amazon and Ingram Spark and all of these other sites, I've learned a few things on the rapid publishing thing, and I've put them together into a checklist that makes it very easy to follow these secret steps, which you will find below in the description. Grab a copy of that if you have not already done it, and if you haven't already done it, why haven't you done it? It's free. All right, well, let's get into it. So the thing is, I was working with Gary in one-on-one sessions, and we were going back and forth on Zoom. He was part of the program, and we were going through the different phases and steps to this. Now, Gary had been through the self-publishing process before, but he decided he wanted to give it a go on this whole rapid publishing, this ability to get a book out quickly to see, is it possible to do it fast, or does it really take years and years in order to get a book on the market? And so as he was going through the steps, he hit a couple of snags that made it impossible for him to actually succeed at the 72-hour thing, because there was a few things that he wasn't completely up to speed on, even if he had done the other books previously, because he was outsourcing everything previously, having other people do all of the work. So it would take much more than 72 hours to do the sprint on his book. And so, but there was a few things that he was missing himself here. So here's the thing. Is it possible with the 72 hours? Of course it's possible. Now, and I'm going to tell you right now the steps that Gary was missing that make it really, really fast. The first thing is your Fiverr cover. Now, my favorite designer on Fiverr, you pay for a premium picture and you get a cover for your book. The only thing I would suggest is you go to her and you say, here are covers that are just like the one that I'm looking for. And when you go to her, you can have it on speed to get it within 24 hours. Otherwise, it will take 3 days. So if we're going for a sprint, we will have to pay an additional fee. You can find below in the description my affiliate link to the Fiverr designer that I really, really like. I've used her for tons and tons of covers that have sold thousands, actually tens of thousands of books. It's amazing just how cheap you can get an outstanding looking cover for your book that's going to sell a lot of copies. And so that's your very first step. You're going to need to figure out what that title is for your book. Now, we are assuming you've already written the book. Now, some people, they can pound a book out very, very quickly. And if so, then that might even be part of your 72-hour sprint. But I would suggest at least starting with a manuscript on the process of this sprint that we're doing here in order to rapidly get our book onto the market. The second thing is, for the manuscript, you're going to want to run it through Grammarly and Word. If you check below in the description, you can see my link, my affiliate link to Grammarly, that actually makes it probably the best way to check to see if you have issues with your manuscript. In fact, many times I would even hire editors to go through the book and find problems, and they would find a number of things. But even after fixing everything that they had found, I would run it through Grammarly and it would find additional mistakes that they had missed. It's that powerful of a tool. I've never seen a tool more powerful than Grammarly. I would always suggest for 100% of you who are considering the rapid approach, and even if not non-rapid approach, to getting a book onto the market, as you're in this publishing sprint, that you should definitely run it through Grammarly. And I can't tell you how many clients I've had where they would show me their manuscript of their book, and I'd say, have you run it through Grammarly? And they'd say no, and I would put it into Grammarly and show them all of the errors that were showing up. We want to make sure that this book we're getting onto the market isn't going to have these sort of mistakes that people very quickly react to. Spelling and basic grammar issues are huge when it comes to, if you have them all over the place when people are reading your book, they're not going to get the best experience they could out of your book if you have them in there. And so why not just fix it, and fix it for free? You can test out Grammarly absolutely free. You don't even have to upgrade to their thing. And so definitely something you're going to want to check out. So that's the second thing. So what do we have now? Let's think about this. We've got your cover. It's a fantastic cover. It looks like the best-selling covers. We have we made sure that your title was good. That's what I use, Katie Spy. You can check out my affiliate link below in the description. That's the tool I use to figure out what are the keywords you should be using in your title. But even if you don't want to do that, then just look at the best sellers in your specific genre and see what the keywords that they're using. Based upon your cover and your keywords, they should know quickly who is this book for, and what does it offer? Those are two things that if they can't identify it quickly when looking at your cover and your title, your book isn't going to sell. And even if we're doing a sprint, we're not trying to put garbage on the market. We're trying to put something that's actually going to sell and people are going to like and give 5-star reviews, or at least a 4-star review for. If they're giving under 4, then we're starting to cross some problems here. We're going to need to fix something on it. But that's okay even when you do a sprint, because sometimes just sitting down and doing this, like NaNoWriMo, where you're writing 50,000 words in the month of November, this is also something that is often done in order to just get the juices flowing, the creativity. And you sometimes could sit around waiting for inspiration, but the best thing to do is sometimes put this limited amount of time on yourself and say, I'm going to get the book done in this short period of time. And this is a fantastic exercise, even if you've published 100 books or just on your very first book, to try to work through this process. Though I can say that if you're on your very first book, this isn't going to be easy, but sometimes it's worth giving it the effort. And the final, and this is the secret of the day, it's formatting the book yourself, because if you're going to hire somebody to format it, you're going to have a lot of changes on this thing. And the speed at which you can format, I can tell you, I could probably take your manuscript in about 10 minutes, get it already formatted in a format that will work great on Amazon for your paperback and your Kindle version of your book. So, and I'm going to be using, in my secret tool, it is Jutoh, which is by far the best tool for formatting your books. You can check out my affiliate link in the description if you would like to learn more about this amazing tool, Jutoh, that I use for 100% of all my books. In fact, I even created videos to show my team members how they could go about helping me put books together at a faster speed. And since that point, I even sell those very same videos as part of my content, my formatting course Formatting Made Easy for Self-Publishers course, which makes it and breaks down those steps. So we go one-on-one, making sure that you get 100% of your books formatted exactly the way that you know they are going to need to be done. But when we're working through this sprint, you see, the thing is that you're going to already need to get some familiarity with these different tools. And that's one of the reasons why this may not be your very first book. But after we have a couple of books, you'll begin to discover that 72 hours is actually more time than you may even need to work through this entire process to get the book on the market. And a lot of people ask, well, what's the point? You know, once you have this book on the market so fast, what are you supposed to do? Well, the answer is, once it starts making sales, we're going to drive that money back around for training and tools and getting more books on the market quickly. And the more books we put on the market, the faster you're going to get at this entire process. And this is something that so many self-publishers underestimate. They think that it was so difficult to get that first book on the market, and therefore it's going to be difficult for the next one. And I am telling you, we go about 10 times faster on the next book until you get to a point where you're working through like a checklist, kind of like the one I was telling you about. That's what for free in the description. And as you're working through it, it's just automatic. You almost don't even need to look at it. Now, we still look at it. We go through it item by item, but the fact is it isn't completely necessary as you're just pounding your way through these books and getting book after book after book, and you're seeing the sales multiply on Amazon as a result of the experience that you're getting from these different books. Just stick into a single niche and make sure it's profitable. And if you're not sure about that, book a discovery session with me. We'll take a look and we'll see exactly what exactly is the right strategy for you in going forward. So the thing is that it doesn't have to be so difficult. And that was the thing that Gary was having a little bit of difficulty, because he hadn't actually done the formatting phase of it. But once you've done it a couple of times, it is so easy. And now you're not paying anybody else for that additional service to continually having to produce your books for you. You can do them yourself without any problem at all. But the one thing you are going to need is focus when you're coming into this. And that's one of the reasons you may be asking, where does the focused writing come from? And lucky for you, the next video right here above me, just click on that. I'll see you over there. Thanks.